second AEW pay-per-view of the year. It was really double or nothing in AEW's version of WrestleMania. 10 amazing matches, a new women's champion, and the Inner Circle, shockingly, is still together. Welcome to a brand new episode of Kimmy Talks Wrestling, and of course you notice that I'm actually not in my house alone. Tyler's here.
I finally...
Are you ready to talk some AEW?
Hell yeah.
Are you ready to talk about Moxley losing?
No.
Well, we gotta do it anyway because we almost have to talk about Rollins losing. Welcome to a brand new episode of Can We Talk Wrestling, and we are starting!
Pre-show.
Dee and Rio. Thoughts?
Good beginning. Slow at some parts, but that's expected. But it was better than expected in a way. It was more upbeat, and I like that Serena's finally established as a heel after that slap of the hand.
Yes, you did ask me midway if she'd heel her face. For a lot of people, this was a sleeper match for them. I think that Rio and Deeb have very similar styles, so it was interesting to see them in the ring together. I think that for many people that they thought this was Rio's last match, but as we found out on commentary, she moved to the US of A's.
Ooh.
Hope she's celebrating Memorial Day very well tomorrow. But this was really good. Obviously Deeb won. I didn't see her losing with the NWA pay-per-view literally being Saturday. But this was a good way. You got to see the crowd over.
Yes.
What did it feel like seeing crowds?
It was so weird. It was the first time being back in like a live pay-per-view, and it was just so weird seeing like a full crowd in a stadium.
There was no cardboard cutouts like WrestleMania.
No, not at all.
Full people.
And I felt it. Them actually cheering it wasn't taped in. It was so nice.
And their voices were heard throughout the night, and although it was hinted on the buy-in that we were starting with Sting, because of darkness, that got changed. So we started with Pages and Cages, as we say on the BCP, Brian Cage versus Adam Page with Taz on commentary. This was a match I was not looking forward to. I just have not been interested in Adam Page's matches as of lately, and he proved me the hell wrong. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. This match was the correct way to kick off the pay-per-view. The crowd was so behind Adam getting those huge pops. The same with Brian Cage coming out like the Terminator, which apparently he did Lucha Underground Impact, that I found out today. But this was really good. Obviously, Adam gets the win here. There were a lot of good spots. There was the one spot where Adam did the F10, and then Brian Cage did the buckshot lariat to kind of copy and mimic each other. Ricky Starks came out, and Ricky's like, my neck, you can't touch me. But you can touch Hook. What were your thoughts on this match?
I agree with you. I was not looking forward for this because I wasn't a fan of Adam, and I'm not a fan of Brian because Brian's just a big man. But they actually did pretty well today. Brian was pulling moves out of nowhere. Adam actually had some character come out in his wrestling work, and it was very entertaining. Great match to start. I do like the Ricky Stark spot. I love that we're seeing Team Taz kind of crumble, and Brian might be moving away from that. And Hobbs and Brian are going to fight for the FTW title maybe, and then it's going to Hobbs, and Brian's going to go for the against Kenny probably.
I would not mind seeing Brian Cage and Miro for that TNT title if Cage is truly turning face.
Yeah.
But I gotta see what happens on Friday, because we've seen this before, and nothing's happened of it. So I have to see what comes of this on Friday to fully make my decision. But now we gotta talk about your guy. Well, okay, so I'll start with the Young Bucks. Can you stop copying Rollins' suits with your gear? I was so excited, and you came out with literally the same style gear as his suit at WrestleMania Backlash. I don't understand. You put him over in your book, and I just don't get it. Can you please explain to me? I'll talk to Brandon Cutler's wife. Like, is it her? Is it like homage? I just need to know for myself.
Great heel work.
No. But they're both heels. All three of them are heels. So who's the better heel?
They get heat heel.
You know, I wore my Young Bucks shirt because I called you guys the Drip Kings, and Rollins is the Drip God, but I was personally offended. I was.
I wore my Jon Moxley shirt, and she wore her Buck shirt. Not planned. This was scheduled.
You can talk about Moxley now.
Okay. Moxley did amazing. Him coming out with the Wild Things and the crowd doing it, he felt the energy. He did his little Sandman moment with the beer.
His whole Sandman moment.
He had his baby face on his shirt with the blood and him like smoking a cigarette. Iconic photo. He did really well. Like always. This is Kimmy's first time. This is our first time watching a pay-per-view together, so it's her first time seeing
That's me
react to a Jon Moxley match live. But he did amazing. He sold really well. His moveset's really good. Eddie was great. Like, they worked so well together. I kind of get why the Young Bucks were very much double teaming a lot and, like, got the offense a lot. Really annoying to me, because I'm not a fan, like, of that in, like, a tag team match. I'm very much, like, fair. But overall, it was a really, really great match. I love how they use the shoe for storytelling, and yeah, it was a good match to continue the night forward.
This was my match of the night.
Yeah.
This was my anticipated match of the night. I don't think I had any other match of the night that I thought was going to get there. This match just proved to you how good the Young Bucks are. And especially because Moxley and Kingston really aren't so much known as tag team wrestlers and they're known as singles guys. They very much proved that they know the style of tag team wrestling. Don Callis on commentary made it even better. Of course, the Good Brothers got involved. Kazarian came out, which was very interesting, meaning that, you know, he wants to defeat all the members of the Elite because, you know, they're the reason that SCU is bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't know what's happening with Christopher Daniels. I'd love to know if he's retiring or not. But this was really good. And I was very excited, especially with the sneakers.
Yeah, that was the most anticipated part, is to see what they did with the sneakers.
And I'm glad the fans reacted to the sneakers. But, you know, again, Young Bucks stop stealing Ronald's style. But now we gotta talk about the Casino Battle Royal. So, I'm gonna talk about the Joker first.
Yes.
So, if you watched the BCP, or even if you watched my show, you know that I was very outlandish with who I thought the Joker was, and I overhyped myself. So when Leo Rush came out, I wasn't the most excited person ever. And especially because he didn't last very long.
No.
And I think that, obviously when they do the Jokers, they don't always win, but they usually have a good showing. And Leo Rush was basically in there for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So, if they were going to do something like that, I would rather them do something, like, do someone on the roster already. Like, if John Silver was cleared, I would not have minded him being the Joker. I think because of how over the Dark Order was with this crowd, nobody would have, like, shit all over it, and no one would have minded. But overall, what a damn battle royal.
Yeah.
So this was really slow at first. You know, because I think that's just how all battle royals work. And, of course, you had Hardy and Cassidy very much trying to play the heels. And, you know, the whole thing. And, oh, my God, if we win, I'm going to cut it by 15%. So I'm only taking 15% of your paycheck. But I picked Penta to win this. And although Penta also did not last very long either, Jungle Boy is your #1 contender. And the crowd is singing the Jurassic World theme song, and just Christian and the hugging saying, get that championship. The crowd was so behind him. I would not have picked a better person to win this Casino Battle Royal.
I agree. At first I was like, I thought Christian was going to win, but I'm glad Jungle Boy won. I think they heard the crowd, because for my mind, I think for their Battle Royals, they kind of base it on the crowd's reactions, and they were booing Christian every time he tried to get Jungle Boy over the top rope. So I think this was a smart decision. He's going after the title again. Who knows what's going to happen that night in 2 weeks.
Things are going to happen.
But it was I liked their battle royals. I'm glad they made it on the show. So I was like, are they doing it in the buy-in with the other match? But they didn't. I was like, this is special.
It made the speculation worth it, but something that a lot of people were looking forward to but never really got going. It wasn't a go-going. It was a no-knowing. Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Gogo. So I'll let you take this one. What were your thoughts of a Gogo's pay-per-view debut?
He had some good moves, but then it got repetitive. I liked his frog splash. We kept forgetting this match happened throughout the night. Just want to point that out. We were going over the match card. We totally forgot about this. It was my sleeper match of the night. It was just so. I wasn't a fan of the storyline to begin with. Not my cup of tea. It didn't work. I mean, hopefully Gogo improves in the ring because it looks like he can, because he was selling really well. He was like doing the punches, like pulling the punches really well. Like he was doing good. He was flowing, but it was just so boring. And I that's been me with a lot of Cody matches lately. They can't find the right story to tell with his matches, and it's getting so annoying by now.
So, I'll say a couple things. One, I've said this as well, I am not a fan of wrestlers who have an MMA, boxing, UFC background. You can go to any single wrestler that has that background. I hate them all. No disrespect to them, but I just can't get into that. And I'm not a fan of Anthony Gogo. I was told by several people that tonight I was going to be selling Anthony Gogo, and tonight just proved my point a lot. And I cannot wait to tell this Kyle and Bill tomorrow on the AEP, or tonight on the AEP, which you all should check out, by the way. Shameless promo. You're welcome, Kyle. But I liked Cody's gear, but to me it didn't scream American Dream. I felt like it was very hyped up, and like nothing really screamed Dusty. And Dustin had the bull rope, and that to me screamed more Dusty than the person that was using the American Dream moniker.
I agree.
I like the new orchestra version of the theme song. I think that's really cool. And I liked it a little bit better, so I'm really hoping they release that version. Mikey, get on that. This is to write off Cody, I believe. I don't necessarily know if that's where we're going, but I have no idea where we're putting Cody next.
I don't think it's going to write him off, because Bernie's not due yet. But I agree. I don't know what's going to happen next. I think this is going to continue because they said they're having a tag match on Friday. So.
Get QT off TV. I'm sorry. Just know. He proved that Friday. Proved that tonight. Get him off TV.
Oh, poor QT. Go back to the Apple.
The Apple and the Road 2 series. Go back to that. But speaking of TV and TNT titles, we had Miro's first pay-per-view defense against Lance Archer, and a snake bag being thrown.
Poor snake.
Jake Roberts almost having a heart attack.
Like always.
This was a bit longer than I expected. Not that I wanted it to be a squash match, because that would have totally ruined Lance Archer. But I expected to be maybe like a 5-6 minute match with both just like, head on, and then Miro getting the upper hand and winning. I could have done without the snake spot. I mean, I understand that Miro beat up Roberts earlier in the day at FanFest, or Saturday at FanFest. But to me, it was just one of those things like, do we really need this? So, it was okay. I mean, this was another match I really wasn't looking forward to either. But this was a match I probably could have done without on the pay-per-view.
Yeah. I agree. Another one I wasn't I love Miro. Not a fan of Lance Archer. It was better than I expected, because even in the beginning we were like, oh, okay, Lance, where'd that come from? But I'm glad Miro retained. I think he deserves this title run for a while. I don't know who's next.
Sammy Guevara.
Ooh, maybe. But yeah, so we'll see what happens Friday when Miro makes another great promo about trying to kill people in the ring.
That's what he does.
That's what he does. It's not his home. He just comes here to kill people and leave.
But speaking of coming and going, we have a brand new AEW Women's Champion. The summer of Brit is here. DMD all around.
Yes.
What did you think of this match?
I loved it. Very, very on the edge of our seats.
I got very nervous.
Yeah, a couple times. We were like, are they really going to keep Sheeta on the title, or are they going to finally give it to Britt? And I'm very glad they did, because she deserves this. It was a great match, great storytelling, great character work by Britt. I love when Reba hit Britt by accident with the crutch. I think
that was my anxiety.
Yeah. Thought it was over then. Can I say Britt's outfit? Amazing. I want that on her figure for the next one, because that's iconic outfit. But yeah, it was great. Sheeta did good. Sheeta did amazing this past year, and no other. I think it was a great match to end her title reign and to start a new era.
I would like to let people know I spent the Sting match ordering my Britt Baker shirt. I was running around my house trying to find my payment method to buy the Britt Baker shirt, but it is purchased and it's coming next week, and I'm so excited.
I might be buying mine tonight or tomorrow.
But this was another top match for me. I just think it made so much sense for Britt to win. The crowd was so behind her. And for some parts, it was split about Sheeta and Britt, and it showed. I could have necessarily done without Reba. I understand that Britt's a heel, but I feel like they are going to switch and maybe kind of turn Britt face a little bit because the crowd is so behind her. That she's one of those heels that you're going to love, which is why when she made that Stone Cold Steve Austin reference, she's saying it because she's the Stone Cold Steve Austin of AEW. And that's not a knock on anybody. It's 100% true, and it's shown. I loved when Tony hugged Britt.
Yes.
That was the best part, and I'm going to tell you all right now, I worked with Britt in January, and she very much told me off camera that her and Tony are in real life best friends, and they talk every single day. So that was Tony's, I'm proud of you moment, and that was just so wholesome. I'm so happy she won. She deserved it. And, I have a couple people in mind who I would like to see next in that spot. Ty Conti's somebody who I would definitely love to see. Jade is another one.
Ooh.
I think Rio should be Britt's first title defense. And I'm just excited for what this reign is going to bring. And I would just like to personally, kind of mimic what Britt said on Dynamite. Sheeta was champion during the roughest time in pro wrestling. For all 372 days she was champion, it was literally during a pandemic that on Friday Dynamite was really her first time in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So this is not like knocking Sheeta. Sheeta did an amazing job, but it was just the right time, the right place, the right person, and I cannot wait to see where Britt goes from here.
It's going to be a great roller coaster.
The DMD. It's the summer of the DMD. That should be her new shirt after the one I just bought. Because I'll buy that one too.
Yes.
But we gotta talk about Sting. And Darby.
Yes.
And the Scorpio Sky. And an Ethan Page.
Mr. Ego himself.
How impressed were you about that splash that Sting did?
I was not expecting it. And he did not look winded at all, like most of the people at his age who still wrestle. Great ring cardio, because he didn't need help with a rope or like his knees. He got up really well.
Rollins ruined Sting's career. Okay. I'm looking at all you. He didn't. What did you think of this match?
I enjoyed it. I did. I'm probably going to say that for all the matches, like most of them, but it was... I wasn't expecting Sting to actually wrestle. Like, I didn't expect him to take, like, certain bumps, and even Darby was really impressive. Great face paint. But him, like, they all worked together really well. I was not expecting Ethan and Scorpio to like, work really well with them two, but they did. They put out a great match. Very exciting. I love the part where Sting had Ethan in the lock, the Scorpio death lock, and Scorpio Sky got Darby in the submission and kept fighting because no one was legal to tap out, and it was good. I love that they got the win, and I love how they put like little instances of Sting versus Darby to finally happen.
I think that everyone looked strong in this match. Obviously, I had said that I assumed Darby was going to do most of the work, which he did. But that does not take away from Sting. Sting is literally in his early 60s and was able to deliver a really good match, especially to people who didn't think that he was able to work. And he just proved every single person wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this is the first of many instances where we're going to see Alan and Sting split. Because I think you look at it as Darby wanted that win over Ethan going back to their history on the independent scene.
Mm-hmm.
And, Darby kind of looked at Sting when Sting got that win and Sting was celebrating on the top rope. I'm looking full gear cinematic match. Skateboard park.
Ooh. All Sting's surrounding or all Darby's surrounding.
Someone hire me for your crazy. What are we waiting for? But from here we go to what we figured was going to be the main event.
Yeah.
Which was the triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm happy that Kenny actually came out with all 4 titles.
Yes.
Because we actually have not seen that since Blood and Guts.
And Blood and Guts, yes.
Yes. So I was very excited to see him carry all 4 titles, especially on a big pay-per-view like this one. This match, for not being as hyped as most world title matches are in AEW, was actually very well. I thought all 3 men really worked well together. I think it wasn't like Kenny carrying the match or Pac carrying the match. I think Cassie very much held his own and kind of proved to people that he's not he's not as much as a character wrestler. He can be in that main event and he can deliver. His pocket spots were on point. His character spots were there. There were many instances where it looked like any of the 3 men were going to win.
Yes.
There were many, oh my god, Cassie, oh my god, Pac. But I am going to trash the ending a little bit just because of the camera angles, and we've talked about this with AEW. No one knows how to record wrestling. It doesn't matter the company. No one knows how to. Because the camera was way too close on Orange and Kenny that you literally almost missed the pen. So that's my only knock on the match. It was a tad long. I guess I'm kind of disappointed that there was as much interference in this main event. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
I agree. It showcased all 3 men. Cassidy, of course, my favorite. Definitely prove he deserves to be in the main event spot. Because he can work the match really well. He's so over with the crowd. Every move, anything he makes is good. Pac always delivers. Great moves. It does it full speed. Amazing. Kenny deserves that. It shows why he should be champion. He continues to showcase, and his heel work is amazing. I love the cocky attitude he has. And overall, it was a great match. Again, I agree with the ending. Me and you were both like, wait, what? It ended? What happened? Don on commentary again, amazing, like always.
Sign him as a commentator.
Yes, please. But yeah, it was so good. Like, we all knew Kenny was gonna win. Wish Cassidy got it, but
Wait 3 years.
storyline.
Wait 3 years.
I can't wait that long. I need
It's okay.
hand in pockets with the title around him. Great shirt.
But I will say that Leo Rush was not the only surprise signing we got tonight, because it looks like Randy Orton seems to just be that little bridge between AEW and WWE, because every single person he approached in that Raw Legends night, it has now signed with AEW.
Yep.
Every single person. So, obviously, Rampage needed a new analyst and commentator. Big Show called his best friend Mark Henry up, and not only is he a coach, but he is also a color commentator analysis. This is a smart move.
Yes.
I mean, he wasn't really doing, he was doing most charity work in WWE, but I feel like Titus is taking over that part now. So, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see Mark Henry and Big Show kind of work together on 2 other shows that are trying to build up talent. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that it's said they are not going to wrestle.
No.
This is
not expecting Mark Henry to sign. I didn't hear anything. No one talked about it. And it was just, I was like, holy shit. What?
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. I like that he's going to be coaching, because he can also coach the big men how to be a big man wrestler, but also showcase, like showcase that you're better than just a big man. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so fresh. I think he's gonna be happier, and he looks good. He lost a lot of weight, and he looks amazing.
He looked very happy when he came out.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what he says on Friday.
And now, for what, first of all, was shocking ending.
Yeah.
Second of all, didn't expect this to be the main event.
No.
Stadium Stampede 2. Would you like to start?
I like the entrance of the inner circle.
That was cool.
Good. That was so cool. That was like some Matrix stuff. I like that they all went to the different ways, like after the big fight in like the stadium. The MJF and Chris Jericho scenes, funny, great. Those two work really well together. I like the bar fight with Conan there. That perfect. The little shot of vodka, but Santana, you didn't finish that shot.
Unbelievable. Disappointed.
That's not how a real man does that.
Yeah.
Full.
Disappointed.
So that was a good spot, and they just kept fighting. They kept throwing bottles at each other. Warlow and Jake Hager, I don't know why I can never get his name right. Same thing over and over again. But when they went in the icer and it had like the silicone pigs there, really weird. Didn't need to be there.
In Jacksonville.
And yeah, Florida for you. And then Warlow tried to shiv Jake with the ice pick. Florida. Shawn Spears and Sammy actually work really well together. I liked how they fought in the back, and don't like the over dramatics of the chairman. That was too dramatic. Don't know how I feel about it, but overall that scene was also good. I like how Shawn handcuffed Sammy, and then Sammy found the mysteriously found
Pliers.
The
Pliers.
pliers. Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
And
That's why I'm here.
And then they did the golf cart scene again. That was
Sammy did it way better.
Sammy, Shawn, you gotta top that. You should have flew.
Come on.
Was not expecting the pin to happen so early. That's what I gotta say. That was really unexpected, and then they all came out of nowhere. It was just, the ending was really weird for me. It felt like it shouldn't have ended there.
So, the only reason I didn't see this as the main event is because we had figured that something big was going to happen to end the show, as I feel like most AEW, especially to bounce off Revolution, with how you ended that pay-per-view, you definitely want to have a bigger, better ending. So, like I said, did not expect this to be an event. But I understood why, because, of course, some of this was pre-taped, some of this wasn't. You know, how were you going to follow the Inner Circle winning? The thing I love about the Pinnacle and Inner Circle feud is that each person within each group has somebody evenly matched up with. That with other factions versus each other, you never really had, like, Shield and Wyatt family, for example. Like, you had Rowan and Harper as a tag team, but who in the Shield was a tag team? Because technically, Rollins held the tag titles with all of them.
Yeah.
Each one of them was a world champion. So who did you have evenly matched up? Where in the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle, you have FTR and Santana and Ortiz. You have Guevara, you have Spears, you have Jericho, you have MJF, you have Wardlow, and you have Hager. You have everyone evenly matched in their own individual feuds. Which I liked. I liked how everyone went off in their own separate ways. I loved the spot with the Jaguars coaches. Trevor Lawrence, I know you just moved to Jacksonville. I was expecting you, so my NCAA college football heart could be whole. But that's okay. I could wait. I could wait a little bit. Go Clemson. Okay. I did not see the Inner Circle winning because I really don't know where we go for here with them. To me, it's just 50-50 booking, having the Pinnacle win and then the Inner Circle, because AEW doesn't have a lot of gimmick matches to go from here. Because technically they're tied 1-1. There is going to be a third match. I just have no idea when. Because I don't know. Because I don't know when Fyter Fest is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be in either June or July.
I don't know when Jericho's fully leaving for the tour.
I don't know when the tour starts.
Yeah.
So that all depends too. So I don't necessarily know where you go from here. Like I said, I would love to see Sammy be Miro's like next contender for the TNT title. Do I see that happening? No way in hell. At least not right now. Maybe in a couple months. But I was just really shocked. I mean, I like the way with the ending, with the whole crowd singing Judas, and, you know, with the fire and the fireworks. Like, it was just that feel-good moment. But to me, it was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? So I don't know.
Yeah, it was really off. I'm just mad it wasn't more surprises. You know what I mean? Every Double or Nothing. It's their WrestleMania. And they're pretty
still
good.
Friday.
I know, but they're still... They've been so good with doing really good surprises at, like, big pay-per-views like this. So, it was kind of like... It was a great pay-per-view. But the surprising factor was a little let down.
They're still Friday. You know, TK said new era with this show and the post show.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe a certain American Dragon will come out on Friday. I definitely don't see that happening, but you know, I was playing the final countdown throughout the pay-per-view.
Yeah, she was.
Because if I was manifesting it into reality, it was going to happen. It definitely is not going to happen. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and TJ and Brian's not going to do WWE contract.
And going to Japan.
I'm going to be like, overall thoughts.
Really, really great pay-per-view. Even though there was like a lot of matches on there, I think except for the Gogo one, almost all of them pulled through. It was entertaining. Plus, I got to watch it with you for our first pay-per-view together, so it was extra special.
I think it flowed nicely. Like I said, the Cody Rhodes and Anthony Gogo match, that definitely could have happened on a Dynamite. Or it could have even happened on one of like the Fyter Fest or Fight for the Fallen, which are two of the summer specials that they're going to do. But I thought every match delivered. I thought pretty much all my predictions were pretty good, except for 3. And I like to say I was robbed with the Inner Circle and Pinnacle because I was bullied into picking the Pinnacle. I was, and I'm saying
shame on you guys.
I'm saying on the podcast tomorrow. But to bounce back from Revolution, I said this on the All Elite podcast. You know, that was their first pay-per-view 2021, and yeah, it might have been disappointing, but you can really only go up from here. And I felt like they definitely went up, but now with All Out in Chicago, the stakes is already higher. Mm-hmm. And I'm already saying there might be a predictions video, but there will sadly be no review. Because I'll be on vacation. One state away from the pay-per-view. And I can't go. I'm really mad. It's like right there.
Yeah, I know.
I mapped it out.
Maybe I'll take over for you. Let's see.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Where can we find you on socials?
Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, Skyler 5_ Nicole. You'll find me. Go through Kimmy's Twitter and you'll find me.
Go through, man. Lots of things. Okay. So, Twitter, Kimmy_Sokol. Instagram, Kimmy Talks Wrestling. You can now, if for all my Friends fans out there, you can go to thepopbreak.com because I wrote my review on the Friends reunion. I'll be doing a lot of fun stuff for them. Also, sometime this week, my first article with the Open Mat is coming out where I write about Steve Gableson and all that he's doing with WWE. Super cool and fun. If you're not watching Women Division Wednesdays for Ring of Honor, what the hell are you doing? We're a month in and we have 5 women already announced for this tournament that we're going to be crowning a new Ring of Honor Women's Champion. And like I said, coming soon to this channel, a lot of exciting things are happening. Almost things with questions and wrestlers. I really do wonder. Also this weekend on East Coast Autograph Auctions, we are doing a virtual signing with recently released NXT superstar Brandy Lauren and also former WWE superstar and participant in the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble, Jillian Hall. So make sure you check out that. Is that everything I do? Oh, the Only Podcast. Oh, sorry, Kyle. Make sure today at 3 o'clock you check out the Only Podcast because I'm sitting down with my 2 best friends, Bill Boggin and Kyle Masters, and we are discussing all things Only Podcast. There might be some kazoos, some bells, and a lot of yelling. But that's what we do on the All Elite podcast, or at least that's what I do. So
Sounds fun.
check out that. But that's it for us, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my Monday Night Raw review.
Woo!